Hi everyone. So this is the second Sunday in our Lent journey and we're going to be looking at another reason why Jesus came. He came with God's authority to tell us and show us how we can live building our lives on the firm foundations of Him. So this Sunday, the Mitchell family are going to be lighting 2 of our Lent candles, one for last week and one for this week. And then we're going to have a look at a story in the Bible that's going to be quite familiar to you. I wonder if you can guess which one it's going to be.
As you light the candles, we remember that He came to fulfill God's law and to speak with God's authority. Jesus spoke the very words of God and still speaks into our hearts and lives today. Thank you that as part of your plan, you sent Jesus to show us what you are like and to invite us to allow your love and light to guide every area of our lives. Thank you that Jesus came to speak with your authority, to teach us, and to give us solid foundations on which we can build our lives. Amen.
Hello kids, today I am going to be putting a floor on the thing that I've been building in the garden. Now it's taken me quite a long time because it's been really important to measure and cut all the pieces of wood properly and put them together so that they are strong. But I think we have nearly finished. So,
excuse me, Phil. I think that's going to take way too long. So I think I know what I'm doing. So can you please move out the way, please? So I'm going to use some paper to finish building the foundation of this lovely structure. And as I know, because I'm so clever, I will use some paper, and I just need to measure it out and cut it, yes, just like this. Yeah, good. This is good because it's not taking very much time. Phil would have taken a long time, and I just think it wouldn't have worked. And all I have to do now is hammer the nail and hammer the nail over here, and voila, it's all done. That's me. That's my foundation all done. So now I just need to walk on it. Whoa, oh dear. I don't think that was a very clever idea. I better go.
Did that work? I don't think so. Shall we finish it properly? What we need is something much, much stronger. Like this board. Do you think that will hold my weight? I think that does the job. I think that's strong enough. So kids, you can either choose to be what you think is clever but is actually foolish and go your own way and do what you think is best for your life, or you can choose to follow Jesus and make him your firm foundation.
So for this week's walk, I'm going around looking at some buildings that are around me and thinking about their foundations. Nowadays, when we start to build a house, the first thing we would do is to dig a long trench and fill it with concrete. And those are the foundations, and they need to be strong enough to hold the whole building above it up. So let's go and see what we can find. So this is the first building, and it used to be the town hall. It's now a restaurant, you might recognise it, but it's been standing here for a long time. But you know, when you look at it from the front, there's something about it that you can't tell. Follow me, and I'm going to show you a secret about its foundations. So when you look at the front of the building, it looks as though the foundations are going to be just under here. But no, I'm going to show you that secret now. So down here, there is a window because there's a whole nother floor below what's now the restaurant. In the old days, when this place was used as a court, this was the cells where they kept the people waiting for their trial date. So we might look at the building from the front and think that the foundations would be just under the restaurant, but actually no, they're much deeper, they're much lower than we thought. So this is St Mary's Church, and it's over 800 years old. It's the oldest building in Horsham. So whatever they used for foundations in those days, it certainly lasted a long, long time. So we've moved on a bit, and I'm really interested in this building here. You can see there is a flat built across a space but with no walls underneath it. It's only being held up by those brick columns. So the foundations for that building must all be underneath those brick columns, and they're strong enough to hold it up even though there is no other wall there. But in contrast, I've now found this wall where it's obviously got very weak foundations or even no foundations at all. And can you see what's happened to that wall? Can you see the zigzag line that goes down it where it's broken? So as I come to the end of my walk, that's been really interesting, looking at those different buildings and thinking about the foundations and what I can learn from them. And that sometimes foundations may be deeper than we think. They certainly need to be lasting and strong enough to hold the building above it. And weak foundations will lead to failure. And you know, that's encouraged me to think about the foundations of my life and what helps me and supports me. So this week, as you look out of your window or as you go for a walk, maybe you can be looking at the buildings around you and thinking about their foundations. And maybe you could use that to help you think about what are your foundations for your life.